It's 2002 and there's a lot of great games to mention. The GameCube had Mario Sunshine, a flawed game that suffered from cut content. PlayStation had the very stylish and much improved GTA Vice City, and the surprisingly successful Kingdom Hearts. On the PC, we had Warcraft 3, a game I only know about because of LAN parties where we were defending the Moo Moo. And on the Game Boy Advance, we had Pokemon Gen 3, and finally, a new Metroid game with Metroid Fusion. But that wasn't the only Metroid game this year. Down in Texas, the Unknown Retro Studios had impressed Miyamoto, and that earned them the chance to try bringing video gaming's most famous bounty hunter into 3D with Metroid Prime. The first thing to understand about this game is that at the time, nobody thought it was going to work. Metroid had always been 2D and had never been Nintendo's most popular series. How could it possibly work in 3D? How would an unknown Western developer pull this off? The answer Retro provided was more elegant and confident than anyone could have expected. For starters, this game puts us right in Samus's helmet. The UI rendered as elements of her suit. They included little touches to emphasize Samus's presence in the world, like steam condensing on the mask or brief flashes of her eyes in certain lighting. Halo had just released the year before and introduced the world to what a twin-stick console shooter could be, but Retro Studios showed a different possibility. Prime combat is mostly based on the lock-on mechanic, a trick taken from Zelda to simplify and focus combat in 3D space. Samus can plant her feet and aim, but that's rarely required. You'll spend most of your time circle strafing and dodging around enemies. Appropriate for a character like Samus, known for being agile. This works pretty well, and they take account for this when they were designing the enemies. However, I will note that in the Switch remaster I'm playing here, they added a proper twin-stick option, and it makes the whole game feel a lot more smooth. This game also makes the intelligent choice to transition into third person when Samus goes into her iconic Morph Ball ability, allowing them to do some classic 2D sections. The most surprising part of this game, though, is probably how they chose to adapt the classic game structure, which is to say, they just copied it wholesale. We have a starting area, so you get the chance to experience Samus's full tool set, an accident that strips her of power, a world to explore and gather equipment and abilities, gated access to areas based on those abilities. It all just works. This was the game that proved that the classic Metroidvania design works fine in 3D. The slick graphics Retro squeezed onto that tiny disc elevate the whole experience, immersing you in the lush landscape and dark interiors of Talon 4. New to the series is the scanning mechanic, which allows you to learn about the flora and fauna around you as well as the mysterious Chozo. I especially enjoy these logs from the space pirates that get increasingly concerned as Samus progresses. Outside of the space pirates, most of the enemies and bosses in this game are new, although of course the Metroids are here, and Ridley is hanging around to loom threateningly over the proceedings. Metroid Prime is a true triumph. It finally gave Samus a chance to be a star, and I can't wait to finally get Metroid Prime 4 someday.